It's the Diamond K Show.
And we're back on the Diamond K Show, of course. Your man Diamond K in here. Hip hop mogul Russell Simmons has filed a lawsuit against HBO, claiming that the network violated an arbitration agreement in their Emmy-nominated docuseries On the Record. Now, the series featured sexual assault allegations against Russell Simmons, allegations that he denies. Simmons argues that HBO ignored a confidentiality clause and wants the case settled privately, not in the public eye. So there's something to be said there. What do you think? Protecting his rights or dodging accountability? That's what we are talking about. So, of course, it's your man Diamond K in here, tuned into the Diamond K Show, where we break down the biggest stories in news and politics, pop culture, all of that with facts, logic, and a little flavor. So, we've been talking about this headline grabbing some serious attention in the recent weeks. The hip hop pioneer, also the Def Jam co founder, Russell Simmons, he wants to take HBO to court. That's right. Simmons has filed a lawsuit, and his issue is over this 2020 documentary On the Record, which featured multiple women accusing him of sexual misconduct. Now, Simmons has long denied those claims, and in this new lawsuit, he says that HBO violated a binding arbitration agreement. Now, this is a legal deal that was supposed to keep certain disputes out of court and behind closed doors. He's accusing HBO of breaching that deal. And how did they do that? He's saying that they breached the deal by airing content tied to those accusations without adhering to the agreed legal process. So, according to the court documents, Simmons wants the matter pulled from the public court system and resolved privately. He does not want the details to be made public. He says that his name and reputation have been damaged and that HBO ignored the agreements tied to earlier settlements. Now, here's the twist. This move has people split. Is Simmons protecting his legal rights, or is he trying to avoid further public scrutiny by keeping these things on the hush hush? I'm not going to lie. It looks bad. It looks like he's being deceptive. It looks like he has something to hide. And with things going on with Diddy, things that we've seen in the past with Bill Cosby, with R. Kelly, with Harvey Weinstein, folks like that, Russell Simmons has long since had this vibe like he's hiding out somewhere, like he has a lot to hide, this creepy vibe that he has. I don't know. I mean, when you're dealing with serious accusations like these, transparency matters. And if you're not being transparent, the public is going to take a perception on it. They're going to make their own choices and their own decisions on the matter, and it may not be what you wanted them to do. So legal agreements, they look shady. If HBO really did sidestep a binding clause, that's a legal problem. On the flip side, it's hard not to wonder why Russell Simmons is pushing for private instead of public, right? He does not want the arbitration to be done in public. Now, after the documentary already aired, a lot of these things are already out in the public. So when he pushes for a private proceedings on this, the private arbitration, it makes folks wonder, is there more that Russell Simmons does not want shown than what HBO has already put out there. So, what do you think? Is this just damage control or a legit legal fight? Hit me up in the comments or slide in the DMs. I want to hear from you. As always, stay informed, stay focused, and stay on fire. I am Diamond K. You can catch me weekdays right here, breaking it all down. Make sure to subscribe, rate the show, and follow us on all platforms at The Diamond K Show. I want to continue to watch this story. It has been simmering in the background. A lot of folks have just written Russell Simmons off. But he is trying to maybe repair his image. Do you agree with the steps that he has taken? Definitely let me know your thoughts.
It's the Diamond K Show.
What happens when love crosses the line into crime? A former jail employee, a convicted killer, and a plan so bold it stunned the entire city. Let's break it down. This is the Diamond K Show, and today we're talking about the arrest of Darriana Burton. She is the girlfriend of escaped inmate Derek Groves, who is now facing charges of her own in what's being called one of the boldest jailbreaks in recent memory. Now, Darriana Burton, 28 years old, once worked at the Orleans Parish Jail. Now, she's on the other side of the law, arrested for allegedly helping 10 inmates escape from the facility on May the 16th. Her boyfriend, none other than Derek Groves, a convicted murderer who's still on the run as of this broadcast. Now, authorities say Burton and Groves, once and on again, off again relationship for 3 years they were involved in, but this time things went way off track. Investigators claim that just 2 days before the escape, Groves used a jail-issued iPad to FaceTime Burton, and through her connected with another man believed to help orchestrate the escape. Burton did not stop at digital help. During the actual jailbreak, she allegedly picked up another escapee, Linton Van Buren, and drove him to a relative's house. That move helped him avoid capture in the early hours of the breakout. Now, let's rewind for a minute. Burton worked at the jail from August 2022 to March 2023 when she was fired for smuggling in contraband, including a folding knife and a bag of Cheetos stuffed with marijuana and tobacco. Those charges were later dropped through a diversion program, but it seems she never really left the jail behind. As of now, 16 people have been arrested in connection with this escape, but 2 inmates remain on the run, remain free, including Groves and Anton Massey. Authorities continue their manhunt. This is more than just a love story gone wrong. It's a cautionary tale about blurred lines, loyalty, and the dangers of letting emotions override judgment, especially in a system already strained by corruption and oversight failures. We'll keep watching as this story develops. Will Burton flip on Groves? Will Groves be caught before he slips out of the country? Only time will tell. For the Diamond K Show, I am Diamond K. Be smart, stay informed, and don't let loyalty become your downfall.
It's the Diamond K Show.
So now We're diving into a story straight out of the courtroom and into the headlines. Sean Kingston, the singer, rapper, and his mother, yes, his mom, just got hit with some serious federal charges, and things are not looking good. Here's what's up. Sean Kingston, the singer best known for that early 2000 hit, Beautiful Girls. No way to you know the song, right? His mother, Janice Turner, and of course Sean Kingston, were both convicted earlier this year on federal wire fraud charges. We're talking about running scams worth over $1 million, including fraud with jewelry, luxury furniture, electronics, and even an Escalade. Now, in a recent twist, Janice Turner asked the judge to reschedule her sentencing so she could be sentenced on the same day as her son. She was probably hoping for a little courtroom sympathy, or at least to avoid reliving the ordeal twice. But guess what? The judge said nope. U.S. District Judge David Leibowitz denied her request, and she will be sentenced on July the 11th at 9 a.m., while Sean Kingston, her son's sentencing, is still set for August the 15th. And here's the kicker. Neither the prosecutors nor the probation office objected to her request. The judge just wasn't having it. Now, why does this matter? Well, Turner has a past conviction for bank fraud, and prosecutors described her as the brains behind the operation, handling the money, setting up the deals, and basically pulling all of the strings. That likely weighed heavy on the court's decision to keep their sentencing separate. As it stands, both Kingston and his mother face up to 20 years per count. And with multiple counts on the table, the outcome could be, how do we say it, life-changing. So here's the real talk. This ain't just about celebrity drama. It's about accountability, no matter your status. And it's a reminder, fraud might seem like fast money, but the consequences can hit hard and fast. I want to hear from y'all. Do you think that the judge was too harsh in denying her request? Or should family loyalty take a back seat when federal charges are involved? Hit me up at The Diamond K Show, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, DJ Diamond K, on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Of course, just search for The Diamond K Show. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and as always, keep it real.
It's The Diamond K Show.
This legal battle, it's been gaining a lot of traction online and offline. It is the case of Luigi Mangone, also known as Luigi Man. His defense fund has now crossed 28,000 individual donations, raising over $1 million on Give, Send, Go. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million raised mostly in small grassroots contributions. Now, if you've not been following the story, Luigi is a Maryland man, worked in the tech field, and he is facing serious charges with the death penalty even on the table. A lot of people are calling the charges excessive and politically motivated. Others are pointing to the broader implications about due process, racial justice, and prosecutorial overreach. Here's what's wild. This isn't some celebrity-backed campaign. The median donations are about $20. That means everyday people, nurses, students, working families are chipping in to support what they see as an unjust system putting a man's life at stake. Now, He is accused of murder. So let's keep that in mind. But this thing is blowing up across social media. Folks are using hashtags like Free Luigi and Justice for Luigi. It's kind of surprising to me. The December 4th legal committee, who is behind the fundraiser, says that they're overwhelmed by the support and they're putting it toward legal fees, expert witnesses, and advocacy. They say that this is not just about one man, this is about a legal system where people of color, especially black men, are disproportionately hit with the harshest penalties, and political power plays into this whole thing. Uh, People of color, I mean, he's not black, I mean, but whatever, we'll keep going with that. Now, as far as what's next, Luigi's trial is still ahead. This is going to be an interesting one. We've talked about obviously the Diddy case and the celebrity factor there. This is not a celebrity trial, but it is going to be on the front page, and all of the outlets are going to be reporting about it. So Luigi's trial still ahead. The stakes could not be higher. His legal team is working around the clock, and that $1 million is going to go straight for the fight for his life. And if you want to support his whole thing, you can go to Give Send Go. But if you agree with Luigi or not, here is the bottom line. Everyone deserves a fair trial. Everyone deserves a real defense. And this community is showing up to make it happen. The healthcare system is not popular. And the gentleman that was killed, a major CEO with one of those big healthcare providers. But that does not mean that just because we disagree with the healthcare system, just because this figure was in many circles not sympathetic, who lost his life, there's a way to go about things. So I'll be following this case as it continues to develop. Make sure you stay locked. Subscribe to The Diamond K Show. Follow me on all socials at The Diamond K Show for updates, commentaries, and the real stories behind these headlines. So until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and stay unapologetically you.
It's the Diamond K Show.